So good evening. Good evening. So where I am right now is on the corner of two roads in the East End of London. The old East End. All I've done is I've just gone to this magnificent establishment, Ye Oldie Corner Shop, an absolute classic of the East End, just by Mile End Station. So what I've done is I've bought myself a beer from the shop, and I'm now going to drink it on the pavement like a bum, like an alcoholic, which I sort of am. Not too much. No, I'm off to visit my friend Luke, but his bus is a bit delayed, so I have a spare while, a few minutes to play with. So what I have is a neck whip produced by the brewery Beavertown, and it is a fantastic drink. If you've ever sampled one of these, the sort of flavours in your mouth are sort of, let me just, it's a sort of, there's a fruitiness there. There's a yeah, IPA is the name, India Pale Ale, or whatever that means. It's a delightful drink, is the point. Right, enough waffling. So today's been a good day, you know. Do you ever get those days where you think, what I've done today is I've created some memories, some good memories. When you look back over your life, there are days, some of those days are 1 year ago, some of those days are 5 years ago, some of those days are 10 years ago. But whenever they were, there are days in your life which are special, and you look back on and you think something special happened on that day and it was a memory. So that's what's happened today, and I'm about to see an old and dear friend, and hopefully it will add to the memory creation. So I think on the topic of memories, Dave Chappelle, the comedian, said it best. It's a beautiful line from Mr. Chappelle, and he has many a beautiful line. He said, memories are the one thing they can't take away from you. So what do you mean by that? You know, Dave Chappelle's obviously black, and a lot of his lot of his brilliant comedy is about the black community, and a lot of people go to prison in that community, and possibly unfairly. And if that happens, what happens? Your money gets taken away from you, your freedom, your life, your friends and your family could be killed. You know, take it, whatever. You get the point. Things can happen to you. Your life can fall apart to the point where everything that you had around you, your wife, your kids, your family, your money, your clothes, your possessions, everything gets taken away from you. What do you have that they can't take away from you? Memories. Happy memories. Memories that you form with friends, family. That is something that can't be taken. So today's been a good day, and a day of family, a day of seeing my cousin and then my uncle, just on a solo voyage. And I think family is something so precious. Funnily enough, I'm not the first person to come up with this idea, but I do think our society has become more atomized and individualistic, and again, that's not the first person to point this out. It's pretty obvious that that's what's going on with the screens, with the globalization, with the ability to, you know, with the Deliveroo app on your phone and a thing, it's possible to never leave your bedroom and have everything delivered to you, and what's happened in the 21st century and the 20th century and then 21st century increasingly is life has been made easy because of capitalism, because of washing machines, because of we've made life easier and easier and easier. And all these things that used to require a family of support. You know, you couldn't have a life unless you had people to support you and do these roles. They've been replaced by machines, they've been replaced by apps and so on and so forth. And so you can actually live a life all on your own without relationship with anyone. You can succeed and successfully do all the necessary things to fulfill a day and a life and get your needs met without any of that. And so that's what many people do. They just but you miss so much. You miss so much. And so if you believe in a God, the brilliant thing about believing in a God is the notion of purpose. So if there is no God, like everything's meaningless. Not meaningless. Everything is just there. It just by chance life happened to turn out this way, and so it's all just like at bottom there was no plan, and so you kind of just have to make it up. If you do believe in a God, there is the sense that things in your life that exist are there for a reason. You know, it's like you have a family, you have people who are flesh and blood, and so surely they're there for a purpose. And so the question is, what is that purpose? You know, you wake up in your life, and I have siblings. Oh, I have cousins. Oh, I have uncles. You know, it's sort of like none of those things had to be the case, but it turns out that often that is the case. These people exist in your life, and so the question is, why are they there? And I can feel this ramble being rather esoteric already, and perhaps I'm not going to connect with you guys on this because I feel like I'm being slightly lectury or whatever. But it's like you have to lean into these relationships. That's what they're there for. And it's something miraculous that you share flesh and blood. You share genes with these people, and so they are like you, and they are also not like you. And that's the brilliant thing. Are your family just there so that once a year you can have an awkward Christmas lunch with your uncle and get pissed off by all the ways that they're different from you and the way they're insulting and their culture? Is that what it's there for? So you can see them once a year and they get on your nerves? Surely there's an alternative that's better. So that's what I've been doing today, is I've been leaning into these things. And so me and my uncle went for a walk. We had lunch. We had a lovely, very kindly hosted me for some lunch, and then with his wife, aka my auntie, it was just us three, and then we went for a stroll, and we talked about life, and we talked about his elder brother that died in the Himalayas, and we talked about his parents, my grandparents, and what they were like when he was younger, and what my mum was like when she was younger, and what the relationship between him and the brother that died was like, and him and his mother. It really is a beautiful thing. Now, the thing is with family is you can often fall out with them and argue, and then the whole relationship becomes arguings, and you can't see any of the beauty of what they were there for. These people that exist that are like you and are not like you are there for a reason. If if you spend the whole time arguing, and I've done plenty of it, you cannot see the wood through the trees. It's like you're clouded in the mist of fights, and you can't see the beauty of what that relationship could be. Am I making any sense? So what I've done is I've got this beer and I'm going to drink it. Delightful. So I think we'll leave it there. Good evening to you all. God bless you, and may nice car. Audi. May peace follow you like the wind. So long.